What's going on, guys? Bill's here from AchievementLand, and I'm here with an achievement walkthrough for Mecho Tales. This game released onto the Xbox One March 13, 2020 for a price of $4.99. This game is a 2D platformer where you run, jump, and shoot your way through the levels. There's only 16 levels. They're pretty short. There's 11 achievements. Most of them are for defeating the bosses. There's 6 different bosses as you go through the levels. And also you have to collect 1,000 cogs. You have to kill 500 enemies. You also have to buy all the drones. After you beat the game, you just have to play a little bit longer just to kill 500 enemies and get enough cogs so you can buy all the drones. I just played the first level 4 times because it's pretty short. And you have to gather 100 health pickups, which you'll get as you play through. This game only takes a few hours to complete, like 2 or 3. More or less depending on skill. You can play this game with up to 4 players locally. It probably makes it easier, but I only played it solo. So you move this character with the left stick, and then you shoot your drone with the right stick. The drone follows you around and you shoot him. That's how you kill enemies. You want to try to shoot them from far away. You want to try not to take that much damage. Because once you die, you go all the way back to the beginning of the level. Some levels have checkpoints, especially when you get to like the bosses, but a lot of the times you have to go back pretty far, so just be careful not to die. You can hang on the ledges and shoot them. They drop health and cogs. You need to get 100 health pickups for an achievement, and also 1,000 cogs. You use the cogs as money to buy new drones from the shop. There's a bunch of different drones you can buy. The first one is 200, and it's called the Teslar, and it shoots out this electric pulse that bounces around. I think that's the best weapon in the game because you can bounce around and hit guys from like down lower and have it bounce off the side and hit them. So you can hit them from far away. You won't take damage. There's some other good weapons too. They do more damage, but they have shorter range and you can't really hit from far away. I think that electric weapon was the best even for like most of the bosses. I'm not going to go through every stage with you guys. I'm going to mostly do the boss battles to show you how to beat them. And just give you some tips on how to get through the levels. They're pretty straightforward. And once you have the good weapon, you can just go through and just kill the guys and just make it through the levels. There's only 16 levels. There's basically like 8 areas. It goes 1-1, 1-2, 2-1, 2-2, 3-1, 3-2, all the way to 8-1, 8-2. And on the second part of each area has a boss battle. Most of them do. Some of them you meet the professor, which you get an achievement for. But yeah, we're on 1-1 right now. And on 1-2 is the first boss. And then on 2-2 is the next boss. 3-2 is the next boss. 4-2 is where you meet the professor. You meet him 2 times. You also meet him on 6-2. 5-2 is another boss. 7-2 is another boss. And then 8-2 is the last boss and the end of the game. There's some cogs that are in some risky spots. It's not even worth going for them because if you die, you go all the way back. So just go past them. We could just get more cogs later on. We could just replay levels. I actually just replayed the first level 4 times at the end of the game to get the rest of the cogs I needed. Because this level is pretty easy to run through. It's pretty short. Once you know what you're doing. And once you have a better weapon, it's even easier. But yeah, you want to lure enemies to a safe spot. Like if you're on one of these things and there's enemies shooting you, you don't want to fall off. So you can lure them to the side and then kill them. Like this guy. Instead of staying over here where you're vulnerable, you can lure him to the left. I just let him hit me because we're at the end of the level now, so it don't really matter. You can take some damage because they drop hearts and you can get health back. But you don't want to take too much on the later levels. When you get to these fence posts, that means you're either at the end of the level or you're at a part of the level where you got a checkpoint. So yeah, we just finished the first level, level 1-1. Now we go to 1-2. And 1-2 is the level that has the boss in it, the first boss. You can press X and you can go to Patchy's shop. And in here, this is where you buy the different drones. You want to buy the 200 one, Tesla. This one is the best one in the game, Tesla. It helps so much. Even with the last boss, I bought all of them except for a couple of them. I had even the best one, the last one, and it wasn't even that good against the boss. The Tesla was just so good because it just bounces around everywhere. It's probably better to buy less drones. That's probably a good strategy because you switch between them with L bumper and R bumper, and if you have a lot of them that you're not going to use, they're just going to be in the way when you're trying to get to the one you want. So I would just buy the Tesla one and the rocket one. The Tesla one is like really good. It bounces around. You can hit enemies from far away. You can like hit them from below and have it like bounce up and hit guys without even like worrying about them hitting you. And then you could switch to the rocket one. That one does a little bit more damage. This one is also safe like with these blocks because these blocks you can break them with your regular weapon or any other weapon. But the shock one won't break them. So you can use these blocks to do stuff. Alright, so let's go through the bosses. So on 1-2 is where you go against your first boss. You have to go through the stage a little bit, fight some guys, and then you'll get to this sign. That means you're at the boss. And this is the first boss. He's not too bad once you understand what to do and how to dodge his attacks. I just used the regular weapon at this point. I didn't have the Tesla weapon. So he does this where he spreads out his blades and then comes in. You could jump over it pretty easily. Then he does this move where he goes to the side and he swings it. If you time it right, you can run past it. It's a little tricky. There we go. It's best to wait like on the side and let him come towards you, and then you can run and dodge it at the right time. He takes a lot of bullets. Eventually he'll start getting red, and then you can see that he's gonna die. The Tesla weapon is really good for this one if you bought that. I bought the $300 one. I didn't like that weapon that much. It's very slow. It might do more damage, but it doesn't always hit him. So I just used the regular weapon. He's starting to get a little red now. There we go. And now he's dead. And you get the achievement for killing the first boss. At the end of the level, it will reward you with the cogs that you collected throughout the level. You get cogs when you kill enemies. They drop cogs, and also they drop hearts. After you collect 100 hearts, you get an achievement. On level 2-2 is where we fight our next boss, the Golem boss. This guy's pretty easy, especially with the Tesla. You have to shoot and destroy his hands while jumping over them. Once you get the pattern down, it's pretty easy to dodge him. I killed this guy the first time without even dying. Eventually you'll destroy his hands. After you destroy both hands, then you have to start shooting him. He does a new move now. He goes side to side and he shoots these laser balls. All you have to do is just stay with him and stay in between. Just go to whatever side he goes to and then just follow him to the other side. He'll start turning red and then he'll finally die, and you'll get the achievement for killing him. You can use the cogs that you start earning and buy new weapons if you want. There's a couple other good ones, but really the Tesla is one of the best ones. Eventually you'll get the achievement for collecting 1,000 cogs. Now we're going to do the next boss, which is on 3-2. This guy's not too bad, you just gotta learn his patterns. He goes around and he drops bombs. If you just go to the side, you can usually jump over them pretty easily. Sometimes they don't even go to the side, you can just stay on the side. He also drops down to the side and then he glides across. All you have to do is jump over him. Sometimes he also does a big jump where he tries to land on you, so you just have to go out of the way. But that's really his only 3 moves, so it's not too bad. And I just used the Tesla weapon. Bounces all around and hits him most of the time. Just make sure you jump when he slides across. That's where he does most of his damage. Yep, he got me good there. Eventually he'll start turning red, so you know he's gonna die soon. There we go. Once you kill him, you get an achievement. Alright, for the next one on level 4-2, there's no boss. There's actually the professor. So you just get up to him and you meet him, and you get an achievement for meeting him. The next boss is on 5-2. This one's a little tricky, but he's not too bad. You just gotta know what to do. He comes up with these vines on either side, and you just gotta run to the other side and dodge him. I use the rockets on this guy the whole time because they do more damage. They have less distance, but he doesn't move, so this is a good weapon for him. These vines sometimes come up on both sides. What you could do is if you jump at the right time, you could dodge them all. Also, he has rockets come out. You could dodge them if you go in between them. Once you can get it down where you can dodge them from both sides, it makes it easier. It's really not that hard. You just have to jump at the right time. These bosses take a lot of shots too. That's what's kind of annoying. He's starting to turn red. There we go. Once you kill him, you'll get the achievement. Sometimes it's a little luck based with these bosses because they might use one move more than the other sometimes. But you have a checkpoint, you just keep going against them over and over again. Alright, the next boss is on 7-2. For this boss, I use the rockets as well because she's pretty close. So you can hit her pretty easily with it. You could dodge her shots by just going in between them and just moving with her. She's actually one of the easiest bosses. Her and the Golem, I think, are the easiest ones. And for this move, just go in between the shots. Sometimes it's a little hard to dodge those. This part is very easy to dodge though. Starting to turn red. There we go. Now she's dead, and we got the achievement. Alright, so now you just have to go through 8-1 and then go to 8-2. And 8-2 is the last level where you're going to fight the last boss. This boss was the hardest part of the game. This boss takes like forever to die. He takes so many shots. I was having a lot of trouble trying to kill this boss. I was using all different weapons, but ultimately I just used this one at the end, and this one actually got me to finally kill him, because it bounces around. It has such long range. It was like always hitting them. With the other ones, I was kept missing them, and he just never seemed to die, and it seemed to be more work to try to hit him with the other weapons. Some of his moves are hard to dodge, like when he drops down those bombs. They're kind of hard to figure out where they're dropping. So it's a little luck based with this one, that you don't take too much damage. He also does another move where he moves side to side and you gotta dodge his bullets. It's a little easier to do that, but still. Like right now he's doing this bomb move over and over again. Like, it's okay that I'm not getting hit. He goes to side, where you gotta jump over him. That's the easiest thing to dodge. He's doing a lot of rockets this time. They don't do that much damage when they hit you, thankfully. You can switch back and forth between your rockets and this weapon. That's why I said it's better to buy less weapons, so it's easier just to switch between them. The rockets do a little bit more damage. I bought the most expensive weapon, which is a bomb that shoots out and it rolls. It doesn't have that much distance to it, but I was hitting with it a lot, and it didn't even seem like it was doing that much more damage. He wasn't dying that quickly, so I just thought I'd just stick with this weapon and just stick it out until he finally died. It took longer, but I felt it was a little easier. Just here and there I would take out the rockets and hit him with it, especially towards the end when he was almost dead. But they have a lot less distance. So yeah, just keep dodging his shots and just keep shooting him over and over again. This guy takes a long time to die. With this, you just gotta move with it and try to go in between those shots and try not to get hit. He's starting to turn a little red. When he got red and he was almost dead, I was almost dead too. I started using my rockets to do a little bit more damage, and then I finally killed him. What a pain that fight was. After you beat him, you're going to get the achievement for completing the main story. And this is going to be the end of the game. You're going to get the credits. And then after, you can continue the game. You should have 2 achievements left over after beating the game. I had 2 achievements left. I had to destroy 500 enemies and also purchase all the drones. After finishing the story, I had 2 drones left to buy. I bought the most expensive one, which is 1200 already. But now I just need to buy 1 more. So what I did was just play the first level. I played it 4 times. You can play different levels. There's probably better levels that give you more cogs for finishing it. But I just played the first level. I played it 4 times. The more times you play it, the less cogs you get at each time. But after the 4th time, I had enough to buy my last one. Also, when I went back and played it for the first time, I actually got the achievement for killing 500 enemies. And then I just saved up and I bought my last drone and got my last achievement. So that's it, guys. Thanks so much for watching. I hope this video helps you. Leave a like if it did, and I'll catch you guys next time here at AchievementLand.